poached egg, but was made out of mango and yoghurt. We just had to see how it was done. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Andrew Turner and his marvellous mango egg. Take a look at this. You're here.
Oh, I'm so excited to be here.
With 2 trays.
2 trays.
And not much pans.
No.
So what are we cooking or inventing or making?
We are making a liquid mango egg on a gypsy bread. We're using brioche.
Yes.
I'll explain the processes, but there's no real cooking, not really that much cooking involved. So firstly...
So it's going to look like an egg?
It's going to look exactly like a poached egg, egg. If you could take this, which is the mango, and just peel it, we're going to make the puree.
Yeah.
And we're going to add our calcium to it, which is called glucose, which is readily available online. And the reason we're doing that will be explained when it's a reaction against the water bath, which is an alginate.
Which is what we will explain.
Which is what I'll explain.
So the main thing is this, you're not adding sugar to this,
no,
is it?
No, we want the natural sweetness, really naturally sweet, because, again, with the wine, once you start adding too many sugars and everything else, it interferes with the wine and it doesn't work.
OK.
So just literally pop that in.
So this is our... Just one mango is going to go
One mango, yeah.
Right, there you go.
OK, and we'll put our glucose in.
Yeah. And that you can get online, yeah?
And you can go online.
OK.
I don't know quite how that works. Probably the expert on that one.
There you go.
So blend that up. Right. Now, the important thing about this is, we probably add a little bit of water just to get it to the puree stage. Yeah. The important thing about this is, we're going to do that the day before. I just pop it in the fridge. Yeah. We need to lose the air out of this.
So you're adding air now?
Yeah. Well, this is the sort of thing that's great for dinner parties, because you're doing your preparation in advance, really.
Right.
So the glucose in, the puree's done. We're going to pop that into a bowl and whack it into the fridge and leave it overnight.
Which we have
the finished result.
There you go. All right.
So I think the next step we're going to just explain is the seaweed water bath, the alginate.
Can I get this on?
Yeah.
That's the thing first.
OK.
This is for the pamperdou, isn't it? Really?
The pamperdou, yes. Yeah.
Explain to us what we've got in here.
OK, so what we're going to do, we've got some brown sugar, we've got some cream. If you just warm the cream up, put the butter in.
You can go in. Go in that one, it's fine. Go in that one.
OK, we've got some cinnamon for flavouring. We've got some star anise.
Yeah.
Some cloves.
Then we got the butter, and you're going to put the sugar in there.
And just let that all melt. And if you just
and then when you need to get the eggs,
whisk those up.
Yeah.
Take a slice of the brioche as well.
And then you soak that.
And soak that again, all being soaked overnight. Right. So the whole point is it's a preparation in advance. You're making sure that all the aromatics goes into the brioche. Right. Because that's the part of the dish. The egg that we're going to make is only the vehicle for the sauce. That's all it is.
Right, now, although you're doing this and it's scientific, this isn't the majority of your cooking, is it? Really?
None of it. This is one part of a dish that we do for 7 courses. I know a few tricks. I work very closely with my staff. You know, they're all geniuses in their own right, and we jam together with music, jam together with food, and we create stuff but it has to be realistic. You have to understand the flavours. You have to understand the reason we're doing it. The reason we're doing it is it's the brioche is the dish. Okay. The sauce is the little egg that goes with it. That's the twist. That's what makes you a little bit different from everyone else.
Right, so we've got the brioche here. I'm going to slice this. This is then cut through with a little cutter. I'm going to stick it in there, just so you know. Over to you for this next bit. Right, back to the seaweed. So the alginate, again, it's in a food processor with bottled water. The importance of the bottled water is there's not so much calcium in it. If you get it from a tap water, calcium, too much. Now, alginate is from seaweed?
It's a seaweed paste. Yeah, again, available online. Right. And again, you literally you puree up blend the water, you add your alginate, keep blending and blending it, a good 5 minutes. Yeah. And then put it into the fridge cold. There's no cooking process in that at all. And what you get.
Always bottled water.
Always bottled water, and you get this sort of consistency. It's like thinned down shampoo, basically.
Right, okay.
All right, so and that's basically.
So it thickens it up a little bit.
It thickens it. It's a little bit gloopy, you know, a bit syrupy.
Can I say, just so you see this? This is where we take this and then pop these in the fridge.
Yep.
And then these want to be overnight. You were saying?
Overnight. Again, all of these preparations can be done in advance. You can actually make the eggs, you know, 4 or 5 hours before you need them. So for a dinner party, you know,
and then
it's all doable. Just pan fry that.
Right now, masterclass on this. This is where it all happens. Right.
This is where we get jiggy, so to speak. So here's my little measure.
Yep.
And here's our mango puree. I take a scoop of this, drain off any excess, and literally, as you watch, just tip that in, and in she goes. Take a slotted spoon, because once it sinks to the bottom, if you don't just lift it off the bottom, it will stick to it. Now, if I was to leave that in there completely, it would actually go thick all the way through. The idea is we want it to remain liquid.
So what is it doing to the actual...
Well, it's reacting... the alginate bath's reacting against the calcium and just forming a gel. I mean, my sister's a scientist, and her only way of explaining it is it's the way that we form a gel. So I asked her more about that, and she couldn't explain it to me. But
so a little film all the way around. If we left it in there,
it would go solid.
Solid.
Yeah.
Right, okay.
So the important thing with this slotted spoon, drain off the alginate. You don't want that because that will again react into the water and form sort of little lumps of jelly. You don't want that really.
Right. So that's again, the egg yolk.
Yeah, that's the egg yolk into the water.
Yep.
Like so. Again, you don't leave that for long. You don't need to leave it for long.
You following this, Phil?
No.
It's ever so easy.
There's a questionnaire afterwards.
Oh, yeah.
So
I'm knocking half a dozen up when I get
I've got a really good English yoghurt.
Yeah.
And literally just mix it together. Okay.
So we've got the yolk in there.
Yeah.
Now for the white.
Yep. So if I just move that forward.
All I've done, if you missed any of this, is just pan frying a little bit of this pamperdou, literally just some butter, something like that, and both sides. Right.
So
next.
out comes the yolk.
Yeah.
And it's going to go into the yoghurt. So pop it in. Just
like
again, you can have a little bit of excess. Just cover over the egg.
Now, of course, yoghurt has calcium in it.
Yeah. So you don't need to have any glucose. So that's right. So that's just why it's a natural process.
Yeah.
Okay. Take off any extra, and then in exactly the same way. Make sure that that doesn't.
If you've got a dinner party tonight and you've got 150 coming, you might be here a long time. But once you've got it all set up, it's quite quick, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely quick.
Yeah.
So they're nearly ready.
Yeah. And this will. The secret is you need to put it in the water afterwards. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So out it comes. Drain off the drain off the alginate.
You're definitely coming back on this show. That is
Thank you very much.
wicked. Look at that.
And then into the water just to get rid of that alginate. Okay.
Genuinely looks like a poached egg. Look at it.
This is the spooky thing. I've actually had this sent back by a customer.
Right.
A new waiter. He didn't know really what the dish was. Put it down, and the guy goes, "Excuse me, I don't eat poached eggs." And I said, "Well, no." I had to go back out and explain to the guest what it actually was because he actually thought it was a poached egg.
Fantastic.
So,
but you're saying you do a thing with olive as well?
You can do, yeah, we do with olive fat. I mean, again, it's a friend of mine, Jimmy, who worked with El Bulli.
Yeah.
Again, when we jam, he brought some stuff to the table, how they do stuff, and then we started to take that and use it for ourselves to make your own style of cuisine. He's a genius, I'm not, and for that
you're
reason.
looking pretty good so far. But go on then. Right. This is the little bit of pamperdou in here.
So there's our pamperdou.
Yeah. On a plate that you helped make.
I did, yeah. We've got some designers in North London, English designers, and they will create a plate for you around a dish. And this is probably, number 4 or 5. So literally, across the plate, nice and simple.
A little bit of that.
A little bit of that. I've lost my spoon. There we go. There's my slotted spoon.
There you go.
Out it comes.
But you could leave that, and literally you can make these in advance.
You can take this out now, put it on a tray, put it in the fridge. It's all done.
Brilliant.
Right, now this is great. This bit, I love this bit. Right, so we've got it on. We put it on our little toast.
Yeah.
And it gets even more spooky because, as you see it now,
the best bit. Go on.
I can actually scrape the top of it to reveal the yolk.
Yeah.
Okay? And then just to be a little bit different...
This is brilliant.
We've got some crackle crisp, popping candy like you'd have it, like you'd have at home.
Yeah.
I don't have it at home. When you're at school...
This is the stuff that you used to put in your mouth, and you remember this, and it used to crackle. This is the stuff.
Pop it on top, and there you have a liquid mango egg with pamperdou.
How brilliant is that? Absolutely brilliant. Right, now you get to taste this. We've got some more over here. Have a seat over here. Because we've got one each over here because it's quite small. But I want you to experience this. So take your egg and dive in and tell us what you think.
Do it with a spoon. It's just like you're eating an egg. I mean, that's the weird thing.
It's egg on toast, so use a knife and fork.
All right.
Dive into that. What do you think?
Can you make some bacon out of a pear?
Break the egg yolk.
Right, yeah. Shut up!
But amazing. It kind of tricks with your mind as well.
Absolutely.
Isn't that incredible?
But it's the brioche is the dish. That's it.
That's the most
food.
amazing thing.
It's delicious.
Oh, wow.
Absolutely superb. Now, I would say, is there any other way you can serve it, but this is the one, isn't it? So while these lot dive in, let's go back to Greenwich to see what wine expert Ollie Smith has chosen to go with Andrew's Magical Mango.
With Andrew's magnificent mango egg, I'm looking for a dessert wine to match the overall sweetness of the dish and for something to pick up on the tropical deliciousness of the mango. Now, you could go for this. Sauterne. Delicious. Can be a bit pricey. However, I've managed to find a sweet wine at a fraction of the price. It is the rather friendly Muscat de Saint-Jean de Minervois.